Hi, you're watching Sidewalks Entertainment. I'm your host, Lori Rosales. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you can see, we're in a change of scenery right now. I am kind of on the road-ish right now, so I decided to bring you guys with me. Hopefully, you guys love the or enjoy the background decor because I know I am. I'm in the hotel lobby and it's just beautiful. Anyways, we have a really great show for you today. Today's guest, he's been on our show before, and he's returned for GSN's Split Second. He's going to tell us all about it. Let me give you a couple of hints as to who our guest is. You've seen him in Pitch Perfect and Pitch Perfect 2 and 3 and all the Pitch Perfects. You've also seen him in, I'm going to throw it back, Best in Show, and my personal favorite, he was in The Ugly Truth. But that's just a couple of projects that he's been in. And like I mentioned, he is the game show host of the GSN's Split Second. That's right, John Michael Higgins will be joining us right here on Sidewalks Entertainment. From GSN's Split Second, I'd like to welcome actor and Emmy-nominated game show host John Michael Higgins to Sidewalks Entertainment. Hi, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
So, apart from your work on Split Second, from main characters to even your supporting roles, your characters are always so memorable. When and how did your acting career begin?
I started very early. I was an actor. I was first paid to be an actor 10 years old. So that was on stage. Most of my career was on stage. And it's only somewhere in my 30s, really, did I start to do film and television. And then it was just one thing after another. And I've always kept my career very rangy. I did a lot of comic stuff, but mostly I was doing serious stuff. And now, strangely, I don't do serious stuff at all. So all the films I've made in Hollywood have mostly been comedies and on television, but and now game shows. So it's sort of all over the map, but that's the way I like it. I like to keep it changing and challenging.
Yeah, so not only do you have such a wide range, but you've also been in some really great classic projects. I mean, you've been in what, Miami Vice? I was looking at some of your earlier work and I was just like, wow, Miami Vice, The George Carlin Show, Seinfeld, Vampire's Kiss. And that's just to name a few of the classics that you've been in. I mean, do you ever watch some of the stuff you've been in? And Fred Claus, for example, is always in Christmas film rotation every year.
Yes, it is. You know what, to answer the question though, I don't watch any of it. Once it's done, once I finish it on the set,
Mm-hmm.
I leave it behind because my rule generally is if I can't change it, I don't want to see it. So
Oh my gosh.
all I see, if I watched, say, Vampire's Kiss, as you mentioned, I would only see things that I would like to do differently, and it would just frustrate me. So
Oh
so
my
I
gosh.
try not to look at it.
Oh, I love all of your characters. I wouldn't change anything a bit. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
that's what I wanted. That's what I want the audience to feel. That's the sweet spot. Thank you.
So, of all the characters that you've played thus far, when you think of a favorite or most memorable character that you've played, which one is the first that comes to mind?
Boy, that's a good question. I'm not sure I've been asked that question. Um, it's actually one of the more popular ones that I did, which was Best in Show. And
Yes! Oh my
because
gosh.
the guy I played was so joyful and happy and funny, Like he was, it was strange. It was a comedy, but you weren't laughing at the character. You were actually laughing with him. You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
like he was a funny guy, and that's why you're laughing. That's unusual for comedy. Usually, comedies are someone, the character is sort of in distress in a funny way, and you are laughing because they're in such a predicament. And the characters are usually not having a very good time in a comedy. They're usually being, having a lot of difficulty. But in Best in Show, my guy was always completely happy. And it's very hard to play a happy person because there's not much to do as an actor. But I really enjoyed that one.
Oh, I loved that character. And wow, you were like in personal trainer shape for that character too. You got like some muscles going on there.
I was definitely younger. This was 25 years ago. But yeah, he was a person in that culture, and he needed to have, you know, muscles and things like that. That's just, it goes with the territory as an actor. You get a job and suddenly you realize you're shooting in 2 weeks and you have to take your shirt off, and then then your life just
Oh
ends.
my gosh. So, Game Show Network's Split Second is a revival of the 70s/80s quiz show of the same name. What's it like hosting the revival of this classic quiz show?
Well, it's a really great format, as you say. It was developed by Monty Hall in the 70s, and and I think Game Show Network has revisited it because it is a really effective game show format. It's extremely exciting and fun, and it's really a great pleasure to host it because it's so well designed, the game. We have three contestants, and they are presented with a question that has three parts. They buzz in to choose which part they think they can answer the quickest, and the last person to buzz in generally has the hardest one. So that's the penalty you have for buzzing in late.
Yeah.
And then it moves very fast. And by the third round, what I like about the show is that the person who's way out front in the lead, the whole thing can turn up topsy-turvy. Suddenly the person who was in last place can jump ahead, and it's so exciting when that happens, and it's so fun. And it happens almost all the time. So I just love the game. I think it's a great game.
So, if you were a contestant on Split Second, how do you think you would do? Are you good at trivia games?
Not well.
You and me both. I'm not very good at trivia at all.
I'm too slow. I'm pretty good with trivia, but I go slow.
Same here. It takes a minute for my brain to register.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
That's me
can you
too.
repeat the question? Well, great work. You are just fantastic. I love your work, and you are fantastic on this show, Split
Thank
Second.
you so much.
Sadly, we are out of time, but thank you so much for taking time to speak with me today.
Thank you for having me. It's been such a pleasure, and I'm so happy you like the show. I hope your audience checks it out. Split Second on Game Show Network.
All right, thank you, John Michael Higgins, and of course, Lori, who is on vacation and still did the interview from the lobby of a hotel. Love you, Lori. For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit us at sidewalkstv.com, our YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow us on social media.